In this video, we're going to take a look at RubyGems. Now, RubyGems is a Ruby package installer. It's used to install pre-built Ruby applications and libraries, and you have to actually download it. You can get it from, let me see here. Let me get a web page up here. You can download it from rubygems.org. It's pretty simple to actually download and install it. You click on downloads here and go and find it right there and download it. It's actually a Ruby program, so it's not like a binary file that you do. It's a pretty nice little package manager that you can go out and find all kinds of interesting Ruby packages. So if I do a command here, I'm going to do and the actual command for RubyGems is gem, G-E-M, once it's installed. So I'm going to do a query command, and I'm going to go to remote, which means it's looking at remote servers out there, and it's just going to list all of the gems it knows about, and you can see there's a whole bunch there, and any kind of thing you probably want to go look at, it's available here, different libraries and programs and stuff. So there's lots of interesting stuff to deal with there. Let's go ahead and look for a specific one. So we're going to do a gem query on the remote server, and I want to find a name that matches progress bar. So it's going out there, it's looking now, and it comes back and says, oh, I know about two here. This calibrate progress bar and this progress bar. Okay, this looks like what I want. It's a text progress bar, so I'm going to go ahead and install the thing so that I can actually play around with it a little bit here. So I'm going to do a gem. Actually, I have to do a sudo gem install remote progress bar. Now, you may or may not have to do a sudo. I have to because of the way this system's set up that only root has write permissions into these particular directories. So I'll go ahead and hit. Oh, I guess I should have not had a dash in there. Okay, there we go. It's good for you to see mistakes like that because you can see that. Okay, we successfully installed it. We can actually get some information on it if we want and take a look at, what is actually in that gem that we just installed. So there we go. It tells what's required. Not a lot of information, but it gives us some sample files where it gets installed down in the Ruby directory, and you'd have to do a locate on your system to actually find where this gem is, but generally it's in the local lib Ruby down in that area, and you could go find those test files and samples and stuff for your particular gem that you installed. To uninstall it, it's a simple matter of just doing a gem and type in again the gem name like that, and it'll uninstall it. Now I don't want to uninstall it because I want to actually use it. Now, in order to show you how to use a gem, oops, there we go. I have a little file here, and there's two lines up here. The first one requires RubyGems, which tells Ruby, hey, go ahead and use the gems package manager. And then the second one is loads that progress bar library. Now this requires that RubyGems is loaded. Now that's a bit, if you don't want to have to do that all the time, include this RubyGems and then whatever line you want. It's not a big thing, but if you forget it, this isn't going to work. So the thing that you probably want to do is go in to your, on a Linux and Mac OS X system, is go into your profile, your dot profile, and let me find it here. So it opens it up, and if you add this line into your profile on Linux or Mac OS X, then you don't have to include this line. On Windows, you do this in the environment. If you right click on my computer and go to environmental variables or system and the environmental variables, you can set this environmental variable. Then that way, when you run this from Ruby, so if I rip this out and go in here and type in Ruby pb, that's the error you get when it isn't in there. Let's put it in there and see what happens. It probably isn't loading my right profile here. I might have to put it in my bash. Look in that one. I find that interesting that TextMate doesn't let you do that. Oh, let's go ahead and kill that and bring it back up and see if it lets me do that. I'm gonna ditch this line again, or actually I'll just comment it out. There we go. So I had to get it into the right file. On this system, on this Mac OS X, it wanted it in the bash_login file just to export that out. Now with that in there, I don't need this line on every file. So your option, how you want to do it. If you're going to do it a lot, use different libraries and stuff a lot, you probably want to do this. Now in other videos, we're going to talk more about what libraries are available out there, because there's, like you saw on that list, there's a whole bunch, and we'll just run through in a few of those and take a look at what is available out there.